And we are live.
All right. We are
live.
Fatty
gone fats over here gets a damn
Trying to
shirt
get a
on.
damn shirt on. Dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Don't know, man.
You gotta get your shit together.
Freaky last name with Nicki Minaj. Speaking of Nicki Minaj. Anyways, what's going on, guys? Fatty Gone Bats here, next to
White and Mild.
And today is episode 2 of the Big Boys Podcast. Sorry it didn't come out as soon as we expected. Things got in the way. You know, life hits ya. Give me my papers over there, please, real quick.
I got you.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to cover today. A lot of stuff, even though in the previous part where we talk about current things that have happened in pop culture. You know what I mean?
In the way.
Oh yeah.
We really gotta get our shit together.
Yeah, it's fine. So if I seem a little off right now, I just woke up from a nap. I was like, ow, my dude. I just woke up from a nap. I was supposed to only sleep an hour for. So yeah.
Now we're turned into 3.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna check the podcast, the live stream real quick.
Yeah.
See.
Episode 2. We're gonna be covering more questions that we made for each other.
Yeah,
Once again, we both made a
15
total
questions.
of 15 questions, and we got through a few of them last time. We're gonna try to speed up the process this time, and we can actually get through them. But we'll both be answering each other's questions, and we will answer our own, so that you know both of our positions on the topic or the question, and
for you guys to get to know us.
For you guys to get to know us and entertainment, obviously.
Yeah. In the end, you do want to have fun as well, and I think for me at least, the topics that we threw at each other last episode, I think it worked out well. I did have a lot of fun bringing that up. And one of those, I want to go back to one of those questions real quick. To open it up, not to go back into questions, but to open up the pop culture part of the video where we just talk about current things that happen in pop culture.
Okay.
I want to go back to one of those questions, and one of those questions you put out, if I remember correctly, is the man by the name of Marshall Mathers still in his prime?
We're looking good.
We're looking good? Okay. So today, Nicki Minaj put out the album Queen. If you don't know, Queen. And in that, apparently overall it's a good album. I have not listened to the full album yet. But from what I heard, it's very good. But there's one song there, the second, third track on there. It's called Majesty. It's Nicki Minaj featuring UK pop singer, I think it's pop singer Labyrinth, and Eminem. The hook, the chorus, is catchy as all hell. I'm telling you, for me at least, it is very catchy. The nice, simple piano in the background, the nice, soothing voice. I think overall it's a very good hook. Nicki Minaj put out 2 bomb verses. I was surprised with her verses. Talking more in a sexual way, which is fine, and it's still played into the song. Then towards halfway through the song, we get this bridge of Eminem throwing. I'm trying to think of what it's harmonic. What's it called? Harmonic rhythm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's where you put your voice. You put a higher pitched version of your voice and the lower pitched version voice of yourself in the same time frame.
Yeah, you kind of overlap yourself.
You overlap.
Harmonic rhythm. That sounds about right.
Yeah, or something like that. And I think it was okay. I knew it was building up to something. The way it was building up to something.
Well, that's just not what he's gonna. That.
Oh yeah. Well, in the past he's done stuff like that. I think oh no. And after Caterpillar and Chorus Up the Remix, you don't want to fall off after those 2 songs, because those 2 songs are some of the best songs of 2018, if not the best songs of 2018.
Yeah.
So he puts up this, and I think it's pretty cool. He plays off the Chicago line and everything. Just overall very quirky, funny things. I thought were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we get to the main verse, which Nicki Minaj said before, because she was hyping up her album. She said before the rap song even came out that M's verse is one of the best hip hop verses in all of history, or hip hop history. The song came out today. I cannot make that judgment. I can't.
But it is definitely one of his best personal verses.
Yeah. Give it time. It might. I think it's going to stand the test of time, though. This verse. I'll get to the verse in a second, but I think it's going to stand the test of time. And I think within the next 5 years, we're going to be looking back at this verse, like, damn, this is probably one of the best verses of all time. True it is to this time frame in rap. How true it is to how we discuss him in conversations. So in the verse, he's more or less goes off saying, the rap game is sick, like pneumonia or something along the lines of that. Talk about con swab the throat and stuff. Let's give back the original DNA. I'm like, oh shit. Talks about like I get how sick, and then he goes off. So 96 words in 13 seconds. I believe, if I did math correctly, that is faster than Rap God. Off the song that was not marketed or anything, which is smart if you ask me. I think it's smart. How it's not marketed, because it gives more attention, because once people realize, oh, this song's not marketed, but wait, he broke a record, they're immediately going to go to turn to this song. Not strictly for him, but they're going to look at more of the album, like, okay, because hey, Nicki Minaj's verses were actually really good. For me, personally, her verses were actually really good. I'm going to check out the rest of the album tonight, tomorrow, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
For Eminem's verse, 96 words in 13 seconds, that's an average of 7 words. 7.5 words a second. Fuck.
To me, I think, first of all, I agree with everything that you said about how the song overall is a good song.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it all the way through, but I mean, I did hear most of it. I think it was just like the very end I didn't catch.
The very end where it was just Nicki Minaj like moaning and stuff. I'm
all into females moaning, but not when I'm just got through hearing Eminem spit 7 words a minute, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I can't, I gotta listen to it a couple more times. I think the chorus, it grew on me over time. The very first time I heard it, I'm like, I don't know, but
it works through the song. Overall it works.
Yeah, after a while it was, like after I heard the song, I was like, okay, I can do this. Again, Nicki Minaj came out with a great verse. No disrespect to her at all.
Oh yeah, no.
She came out with a great verse.
But you knew what you were going into.
But when you have Eminem on there, he outshines most of the people that he's on the track with.
Pretty sure she realized, because I think she put out a tweet or something yes, it's the King and His Majesty, but the King in this one shines. Of course.
And so, I guess I just, I think it's definitely a great verse. It's one of his best verses.
And then
but I think it's gonna get overlooked, and here's why. Because exactly what you said, it's not marketed. I think it was smart for Nicki Minaj, and I think it was smart for her career, because if it was marketed, he would have totally outshone her. Her album wouldn't have meant a damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone would be like, oh, what did Eminem just do?
Oh yeah.
So I think if he's trying to market her a little more, which I'm sure he probably is.
Oh yeah.
Then yes, obviously that was the
number one on.
It's gonna go.
Yeah, I do think these analysts, I think, are of course we are gonna know it, because for me personally, I'm an Eminem guy. I'm gonna look at everything virtually.
But as the popular,
as again, for virtually everyone else, I think it will get overlooked unless they do make a music video for it. Yeah. Because that's when it tends to blow up.
I think, in my opinion, even if they do make a music video, it's still.
Well, it depends on how they market the music video. Once they realize Eminem was trending, he talks about how I might not be the greatest anymore, or how he was coming up. I'm one of the greats until I collapse, or how in Evil Twin he talks about I'm not top 8, bitch, I'm top 4. This time and then you have other ones like Guts Over Fear, which is maybe I'm not one of the greatest. The same shit in different types of songs. This one, it's more of the case of don't drop me in conversations.
Yeah.
Which I think is like very bold to do, even though people are still going to do it, and they're going to recognize that more. Like again, I told you, reluctant. He's very reluctant. and he completely destroyed that track in a good way. He destroyed it in a good way. Are we good? So
Yeah. We're good.
Again, he destroyed it in a good way, and probably one of the better verses, I think, of 2018. Tyler the Creator and A$AP Rocky put out great verses in Potato Salad.
Yeah.
Kanye West put out good verses in Remix. I'm not gonna say anything about Ghost Town because it is not technically rap.
It's like R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of Ghost Town, it's one of the better songs of 2018. For rap songs, I'm not throwing in a conversation because it technically isn't.
If you're counting him, and if you are counting it as a rap song because he's a rap artist, because I agree, it's technically not a rap song, but it is by a rap artist. You know, you have guys like Drake who, I mean, Drake is basically an R&B artist now. He was a rap artist in his early career, but, and I think we should speed this up a little bit so we can get through the questions. But all I was gonna say is, I think even if you do want to consider it as a rap song because it's by Kanye, it's still one of the best rap songs of 2018.
Again, for me, it's hard. Other people are gonna think otherwise. Again, it's all based on opinion. But for me, I don't think so. For me personally.
Anyway,
one other thing.
Okay.
We would again dive deep into this. Again, we dive a little more deep in stuff because my phone's at 100%. Last time was at 60%.
Okay. Well, let's.
But one other thing, unless you think of something off the top of our head. The music video, which is way too fucking late to come out. To See You Again came out.
A year later.
Yeah.
A year later than.
I like it.
And I think it's very true to him. And there's that scene at the beginning of him and A$AP. I know they're really good buddies. You know, they're like best friends or whatever. That's all well and good. I can't help but think they're going to start doing more work together, which I am excited for.
Because there's a reason he's been popping up in every. Yes, they're good friends and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's popping up in everything.
First, it was Potato Salad. No. If I remember correctly, I think he was in Okra. And that ending part where it's like the strobe lights, I'm pretty sure he was in that part. You just, you know, you can't. I've seen it enough times.
Yeah.
Because I am a Tyler fan. I'm gonna rewatch it and whatnot.
Course.
But he was. I'm 99% sure he was in that ending part with the strobe lights and Okra.
Yeah.
And then he was in Potato Salad, and now he's in the See You Again music video, which is even more important than the others because supposedly the others were throwaway tracks.
Which I think is a bunch of bullshit.
Well, as spoken by Tyler, of course we don't know for sure. It could be bullshit. It could not be. You know, but regardless, this is more significant than those tracks either way.
Yeah.
Because it's a music video for one of his best-selling songs off that album, and so I think that it's going to be interesting to see what work they put out.
I think, or maybe it's just Tyler announcing an album with A$AP having 2, 3, 4 tracks on the album. Let's say.
Well, I'm just saying collaboration in some form or fashion. The whole album may not be a collaboration like a Bad Meets Evil thing, but it might be just they're doing work together at any capacity.
And I would agree. One more thing. Knoxville County, Tennessee's new mayor is Kane. Congratulations to him. So,
congratulations, definitely.
Again, when he was first elected, the day after, he had a big press conference, and the music he put out was his fucking theme song. He came out. He's used that to his full thing, dude. Seriously.
You can't blame him. I mean, that's what he's known for, you know.
Anyone like his vice president, like, chokes on him. Stuff.
Choke slam.
Congratulations, Glenn Jacobs. You're very good politically. You know a lot.
He's surprisingly pretty well-rounded, pretty well-spoken individual.
He's well-knowing about everything, I think.
Yeah.
But not to get really all political, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Again, if you're interested, NBA games have been announced, schedule, what teams are facing who. Christmas Day, the Golden State Warriors, fuck you, DeMarcus Cousins, is going up against my Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron in the jersey. Golden State by 40. That's my prediction. Damn. Unless LeBron jumps 50, then Golden State's going to win by 50. Because it's Golden State.
Golden State, I am done watching basketball. I really am.
I'm going to watch that game.
I mean, I'll watch it here and there, but I'm done watching it.
Yeah.
I'm just, because it's Golden State. They're fucking everything up. I don't like Golden State. just purely for the fact that nothing else. Just purely for the fact that they're leaving no competition. There is no more competition in basketball anymore.
Oh, we will get to that in my question because I have my good point. I think that's a good segue, though, into our questions.
All right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, 9 questions we have left. We
Okay.
put out, we should have 9 as well.
I have something like that. I don't know.
So we have 15 questions. We asked
I got 8.
6. So, yeah, we'll count yours real quick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 done.
Okay. I have, do I have 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. I'll just ask 2 and then
Whatever.
we
It doesn't matter.
Anyways, so we got into the NBA conversation. I want to start off with the NBA question.
All right.
Again, just a general concept. Instead of just saying 1, 3 favorite NBA players.
3 favorite NBA players.
I'll ask you this since you were kind of getting into it till Golden
Yeah,
State
I'm-
decided
I'm-
to shit on the parade.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I just recently started getting into basketball, of course, and so I don't know a whole lot.
Okay, yeah.
So don't crucify me, please.
I don't think they will. I think they're nice people. Spidey in the comments will eat your ass out though. He's gonna be, yeah, I'm going to talk about how you don't know basketball.
Yeah.
If he says one thing wrong, I will correct him. I'm not gonna crucify him.
But yeah, I would appreciate that.
I got you, my guy.
But anyway, so 3 favorite NBA players
I think we're good.
would probably have to be something along the lines. Larry Bird, of course, is up
Larry
there.
legend.
This is in no order for me. It's just people I'm naming off the top of my head.
Arguably the greatest boss.
Oh yeah, I have his jersey.
Yeah. Very batty of someone.
So Larry Bird's definitely up there for me.
I got to proceed my fat ass to move up.
You know what? I can't help but like LeBron just because he's done so much
Oh, yeah.
for the
Again.
Northeast
Oh,
Ohio.
Northeast. Yeah.
And he is talented. I don't know about the whole, he has no loyalty to Cleveland, and that just is what it is. But I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done, and he's done a lot of good things with his money.
Oh yeah.
So for that reason, he's probably up there for me, just because I respect him as a person. I feel like he's like a good guy. You know what I mean?
And again, what's not to like about him? He can do everything.
Oh, and I think, like I said, I respect him a lot as a player too.
You want to watch, and even though he's not the best 3-point shooter, watch him. Look, he can knock down threes, especially in the playoffs. He was banging home threes. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he's probably my bottom 3. I mean, he's probably 3rd.
Yeah.
Just because just something about him, but overall, I do like him though. Or at least like what he does with his money and things like that. And then after that, I'd probably have to have Tim Duncan.
Oh,
because
the big fundamental. Dude.
Just because I do look up to him in terms of his style and in terms of, like you said, the fundamentals and basically making a career off fundamentals. I think that's respectable.
Oh yeah, it's not the most prettiest. The San Antonio Spurs, or as an organization, when Popovich came in, that they never did anything fancy. They were overlooked because they didn't do anything fancy at all.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan comes in again, not doing anything fancy, but putting up 22 points a night and almost 16 rebounds, which is unheard of almost from a rookie. Then Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker come in again, nothing fancy. Your point guards now, they're 3-point shooting. They were passing. They'd send picks. They'd set up the teammates. Beautiful passing along the ball, getting everyone involved. Now Steph Curry runs up the court, throws up a 3. There you go. Now you have Russell Westbrook coming in, who's my favorite player currently in the league. Runs through everyone, the yams at home.
Yeah.
And then you have, of course, shooting guards, Manu Ginobili, who would get everyone involved, and then he would be outside open. In case the ball gets to him, he throws up the 3. Now your shooting guards are another main scoring option.
Yeah.
Your small forwards, at the time, they did have Bruce Bowen, who was just strictly for defense, nothing else. Now your small forwards, you have your LeBrons, your Paul Georges, your Giannis Antetokounmpos, your Snakes. I mean Kevin Durant, your Kawhi Leonard, who's one of my favorite small forwards in the league. Power forward Tim Duncan. Your power forwards then were Dirk, who could shoot, no problem, very flashy. Kevin Garnett, who was great on the offensive end, but even better on the defensive end. Tim Duncan comes in. I do a quick, simple post fadeaway, nothing big. I'm not even gonna do my fist. I'm just gonna run back quickly. I'm gonna do a slight jog back. No style. And then their center at the time. If I am cool, I don't remember the center. I remember the center they had in like the 2006 time frame. It's gonna come to me. Their center later on in the video probably, but again, their center nothing big.
Yeah.
Centers now you're
Yeah.
jacking up threes.
And-
Last season when they had
yeah.
Dwayne Dedman, he wasn't jacking up threes. He was just rebounding. They were the traditional basketball team of what it should be, and with just Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge 2 seasons ago, they managed to get 61 wins, which is very, very again to a Kevin Durant and Steph Curry led team with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, with a solid bench too.
Yeah.
Just jack up threes. That all-star roster. Overall, it works. I think. No, we were good.
Oh.
We're overall good.
When I tried to pull it up, maybe it's just me.
We're good.
I'll check back later. Yeah. So I think for me, in terms of in an order, Bird, Duncan, LeBron.
And that's a weird top three for like a lot. You said like you really throw you don't for a lot of people. LeBron's most likely going to be in there.
Yeah.
Duncan and Bird, you rarely hear anyone say that.
And for me, Bird, my big reason is because he could also do everything. You know what I mean?
Well, for being 6'8", 6'9", and not to throw stuff around, but being white, he did a lot of athletic things.
And that's yeah. And I think he's one of those guys who could talk shit and he could back it up. You know?
Yeah.
And I respect that a lot.
Mm.
And so
Yeah.
that's I just and then
Bird.
Duncan I just explained and LeBron I've explained.
Yeah, I think that's. I think that's fair. I'm just gonna look at this real quick. Oh, this. We didn't do this. Yeah, from pen and paper call shit. Black Mamba, number 8, number 24, 20 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers. Could do everything. About everything, I mean everything. One of the best defenders of all time, 12 defensive teams. Again, you were talking about one of the greatest scorers of all time. You're looking at Kobe Bryant, who, in my opinion, is the greatest scorer of all time.
Yeah.
40 plus points. His career high against every team is 40 plus points. It's that simple. Third highest scorer of all time, 33,000 points. Again, he could do virtually everything, but he did it in a flashy way. He hits a buzzer beater. He's throwing out that face. He's gonna act all cocky, of course. You're gonna act all cocky. Tim Duncan hits a buzzer beater. He's like, okay, let's leave. I'm going to throw my hand up in the air and
Okay,
leave.
let's go.
Yeah, that's
I'm out.
what he does.
And I think for me personally, I like that more. I think it's just I don't know. I just like that personally.
Yeah. For me, my number 2, I got to give it up to Tracy McGrady. I think right here, just Tracy McGrady. He's the man. I showed you that 13 points in 33 seconds.
Yeah.
The 3-point shot of Steph Curry, the vertical of Vince Carter, the defense at Tyler the Greatest. I love Tracy McGrady. Watch his Orlando Magic stuff. Incredible. Number 3 is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook haters are out there. Bite me. The man there, the triple doubles back to back. Oh, but he stat padded on rebounds. It still got the ball up the court.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Steven Adams, the center, said, I don't care as long as he gets the ball up the court. And it's even quicker if Westbrook gets. Westbrook, 6'3" and fast, or 6'6", whatever, grabs the ball and runs down the court. Adams gets the ball, he has to pass to a couple other people before it gets to Westbrook. If Westbrook gets it, it ignites the offense and fast break goes. And it leads Westbrook for a clear path for a dunk. Steven Adams doesn't care. Shit, Paul George re-signed 4 years. Oh, but he's a terrible teammate. Re-signed 4 years. And Dennis Cantor said Westbrook's one of the best teammates of all time. Victor Oladipo, before he said shit about Westbrook, he's one of the best teammates he's ever played with. Then he started talking shit about him. Whatever. Okay. But still, you got to give your hats off. Kevin Durant, Well, yes, he does talk some smack. He does say OKC is someone Westbrook is still his brother, even though they still get into it every time they go against each other.
Yeah.
Whatever. Kevin Durant, you didn't make a bitch ass move, whatever. And the fact that people hate on Westbrook, what did he do? He didn't take his talents to a 73-win team in Golden State. He stayed loyal, re-signed 5 years with them, almost making $40 million a year. Which it's not about the money, it's not about the MVP, it's not about the triple doubles. It's about me winning. I want the team to win. And I think with them getting rid of Carmelo Anthony and bringing in players like a Nerlens Noel, Carmelo Anthony trade, which Atlanta, you're stupid for doing. I think overall, it just works out better for them, and they have a legitimate shot at winning it all than Golden State comes in. It's not. It's similar to a man by the name of Kobe Bryant. While yes, he wasn't the best shooter and field goal percentage-wise, it got the job done. And very disciplined. Well, yes, Westbrook does tend to snap on some people. If a fan says hurtful things to you, you're going to snap on them. I don't care what NBA player. Shit, he has. Kobe's done it. Durant's definitely done it with his 8 burner accounts. So, for me, Russell Westbrook is my third favorite player, maybe even second in that matter. I think number 1 is hands down Kobe Bryant. But yeah, that's me. So, you go with the question of your own. You can do virtually anything.
Well, I actually have another NBA question for you. Any player from any era, dead or alive, that you would like to see come back for one more game?
Just one game?
One more game to see your one player that you want to see
So
come
in their
back.
prime, of course, has to be in
Obviously,
their prime.
yeah.
Throw Allen Iverson on this current Philadelphia 76ers team. They're good, but for one game, that'd be cool. Would I like to see that? No. LeBron James still in the league. I can't do that. I think the main thing people are going to see, Shaq or Shaq or Jordan. I think that's like, okay, throw Shaq on this Lakers team, or throw Shaq on the Orlando or Miami team. Or even, so I think Shaq is a good contender. Jordan, shit, it's the greatest player of all time. I think anyone would like to see that. Okay, Kobe Bryant real quick. I know I'm a fan, but look at this real quick. Throw for one more game, and then take over 3 quarters. Go get some points. Let's say he gets 20 points, LeBron's 30 points through 3 quarters. That 4th quarter, Kobe says, "Son, sit your ass down to LeBron. No disrespect to you, but it's my time to shine." Kobe Bryant's son is one of Mr. 4th quarter, the clutchest player of all time, if you ask me. Kobe will go off, and I want to see from Kobe. Look at his farewell game. 60 points in his farewell game, most in history. Like, come on, and through any sport. Or that's one of the most memorable farewell games of all time. For me, I have to go with Kobe Bryant. A close number 2 would be Shaq, to bully the fuck out of DeMarcus Cousins. That's me. Shaq would destroy him. I would also like to see KG come back too. I think KG would be Kevin Garnett. He would be fun. But overall, I gotta pick Kobe so I can just see him team with LeBron. It'll be so fun. That's me.
For me, and this is probably extremely stereotypical and it's extremely overplayed and whatever, I don't give a shit. I want to see the GOAT play a game.
Yeah.
Because, of course, I never got to see that. You never got to see it. A lot of people never got to see it. But I would like to see that, you know. And that might sound extremely bandwagon, extremely bullshit. I don't fucking care. I would like to see the GOAT in action. I really would.
I think it's one game, and if any one game is going to be memorable, it's going to be the Jordan game, I think.
Yeah.
He would be up there for me. He's not my number 1 because I have priorities I need to see Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah.
But Jordan would be up there. Again, one reason I didn't throw him up there is because there's no one else on the Chicago team. Like, you got Jabari Parker, you got Zach LaVine. There's really no one, though. Well, I think they'll make the show even better, though.
Yeah.
Just no one else? Yes, he can do anything. So I would have to throw. Yeah, I'd probably throw him in LeBron and the Lakers. You have the Toronto Raptors. What team do you think is going to surprise a lot of people? Oh, didn't see this coming with this team.
I think it's going to be the Cavs because, and I know we've talked about this, so of course I'm going to be saying a lot of the same stuff that both of us have said, because I do agree with you. This is my own personal hypothesis as well, that LeBron, while he did do a lot for the area and he did a lot for the Cavs, and I'm glad that he did what he did, he definitely held back the players. So I think for us to be able to see especially Love, if Kevin Love can do for us what he did for Minnesota, we'll be good. But nobody expects it though, because everybody's like, all right, LeBron carried the Cavs because he wouldn't let anybody else play. LeBron carried the Cavs. The Cavs suck now. Blah blah blah. I think that there's a very good chance that the Cavs can come back, and they might go to the finals. They're definitely not going to be like up there, but I said might.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that they're going to do better than people overall expect them to.
I think they'll be in the playoffs, though. I think they will be, especially with Colin Sexton, very good athletic point guard. Reminds me of a Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I think they'll be in the playoffs. But I think they're definitely going to do better than people expect them to.
Yeah. Again, they really have a nice end court. Jordan Clarkson, which 18 points a night. Look at Rodney Hood, 20 points a night.
Yeah.
Kevin Soda, 26 points a night with 16 rebounds. What?
Cleveland has a lot of potential. I think they just need to tap into it.
A team that's going to surprise a lot of people, but it's for a different reason. While this team is already built, it's going to surprise a lot of people. Like, oh, I did not expect this. Two teams. First, Golden State is going to surprise a lot of people because it's not going to work out. DeMarcus Cousins is very headstrong.
Too many egos.
Draymond Green is very headstrong. Kevin Durant and his burner accounts are very headstrong. The only one that's going to know his role is Klay Thompson and maybe Steph. But those three egos colliding, it's going to get the number one seed. It's going to fall apart in the playoffs with DeMarcus Cousins. He ain't playoff ready. I know that for a fact.
Oh, it's like the Cavs were. Too many egos.
Yeah. I think it ain't going to work. It's going to surprise for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I think they'll make it to the finals. The team that's going to surprise a lot of people is the Boston Celtics. Because they're going to win the NBA Finals. Golden State Warriors 7-game series, Boston wins in 6. Kyrie Irving, who whenever he plays Steph Curry in the finals, we know what happens. Just replay the 2016 finals. Look at Kyrie Irving. Shooting guard, you have Jaylen Brown, who's proven he could be a top 5 shooting guard in the league, top 10 shooting guard, maybe. I say top 5 almost. In the playoffs, he burst down the scene, 15 points a night, 20 points per night. Reason Boston got really far. They have Gordon Hayward back. Yes, Mr. Robotic Leg is back. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
18 points, 20 points per night. He is going to do well. Power forward, Marcus Morris, who put up very good numbers in the playoffs against the Cavs, 3 points a night. I think that's very solid. Al Horford, your center, you're set. Very, very good rebounder, defender, shooter. It's going to work out well. But there's one wild card on this team, and that's the current player that could have easily won Rookie of the Year, but burst on the scene in the playoffs, dunking on LeBron, turning the Boston Celtics and this franchise into a dynasty, is Jason Tatum. In the playoffs, almost 25 points. I have Aaron Baines. I still believe that I'm not going up the season moves and stuff. But Boston is going to surprise a lot of people because they're winning the NBA Finals in 6 games.
Yeah.
Golden State's going to surprise a lot of people because in the wrong ways. It's just not going to work out. I'm kind of, Kawhi Leonard going to come to my Lakers next year, and then we're going to be finals ready, and then there we go. But overall, are we all good? We're straight and stuff.
That's what I'm trying to check.
I think I think the camera quality is good and stuff. I think those are the two teams that are going to surprise a lot of people. Again, Cleveland's right there. They're going to surprise a lot of people, and again, for the right reasons. No one's expecting them, and they're going to be on the come up, and I do think they're going to be within the first 8 seeds in the playoffs. In the Eastern Conference, we're good too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
So yeah, I think that's those three teams. If I had to pick one, Boston, two, Golden State for wrong reasons though. So that's my thing. Your question.
All right, so this is kind of G into, but do you think football's going to make a comeback?
I think they've already number work, and they are number one because it is America's game. But when you're looking for something, yes, while football is fun to watch, would you rather watch a 7-game NBA, or would you rather watch a 1-game versus whoever the hell it's going to be virtually? That's what the Super Bowl looks like every year. Well, you thought they'd be, it's going to be Golden State, whoever. Yeah, but it's 7 games. Something could happen.
It's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
I think football and basketball are falling into the same trap. Tom Brady is like the Golden State of the football world, so to speak.
Well, football, I do believe they've made the comeback already. I think, because, again, rephrase what I'm going to say. Personal fans, you ask a group of 100 people what would going to get more basketball than football. You ask sports broadcasters this question, you're going to get more football, I think. I that's what I think, at least. Well, I do think basketball is popular and stuff. I think one thing that's, let me go back a little bit. I think LeBron James, just LeBron, is as popular as the entire NFL. No one else in the NBA, not even the whole NBA, just LeBron James itself, is as popular, or if not more popular, than the National Football League.
And to me, here's my thing with it. I think if football is going to make a comeback in popularity, it sure as hell is not now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I believe it has more fans, it has more of a following. I think sports broadcasters, I think most of them are going to say football or basketball. I think overall it's just a more popular thing. And, for whatever reason, that just is what it is. I think maybe part of it's because it's easier to play a pickup game of basketball than it is to play a pickup game of football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Play a pickup game of football, like, yeah, you can do it, but it's,
Yeah.
But, one-on-one basketball, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So I guess, it's just the culture, and it's just the day and age that we live in. And I honestly don't think it's going to make a comeback. And that's purely because it's kind of like music.
Yeah.
It never totally goes away. And even if the franchise gets bought out or just, goes bankrupt or whatever, the history is still there. You know?
Yeah.
And so I don't think it'll ever totally die out, but I don't think it's going to make a comeback to return. Maybe it'll make a bit of a comeback, but not to return to what it was at one point.
Okay.
Because at this point, I mean, NBA's in it for the money too, but basketball used to be just about the sport.
Yeah.
And it still is, and it's also about the money.
It's a culture thing, though.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. But football used to be about the sport, but now it's about money.
Yeah.
People play for money, and that's really about it. Very rarely, I mean, people can sit there in interviews and say, "Hey, I play for the sport."
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
They play for the money, and I'm not blaming them, but I'm just saying I think it's lost its zest.
Yeah.
It's just lost the interest.
Yeah.
So that completes my question, I think.
For my questions, the rest of them are music-related questions.
Okay.
I
think I have a. Yeah, I think most of mine are.
I have one question here, which is music-related, but it's more to a movie. It's been talked about for a couple of years now. Been hinted at. Just relatively just hinted at. 8 Mile 2. Would you want to see it? Would you want to see an 8 Mile too?
No.
Whether it's Eminem as the actor or Eminem like a Rocky 5 or whatever, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, where he's training someone. Would you want to
No.
see that? No.
No.
You wouldn't? Okay.
I think that.
What in the hell? What in the...
PS4.
My guy, is there someone else in this room? Dude, this PlayStation just does that all the time. Just magically turns on and games eject.
It's probably a malfunction or something.
Malfunction my ass. Grandma, are you here?
So, you know, I think that, no, I wouldn't want to see it. And that's purely because, you know, I think it's one of those things, it just, 8 Mile worked for the purpose it was originally produced for, and that's the end of that. You know, I just can't see it, you know, a remake being any good. I think Rocky...
It's not a remake, it's a sequel. Not a remake.
Or a remake, that's what I meant to say, a sequel. I can't see a sequel being any good, honestly. And I think Rocky, you know, the Rocky franchise reached that point too, where I'd say, what was it, after 4, I think it should have just been left alone. After he fought the Russian guy, I'm pretty sure that was 4.
Yeah.
Because then 5 goes into him training and whatever. I think after 4 it should have been left alone. 5 wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best. You know, and then the rest is the rest. You know, I think it should have
6
been...
is pretty good though. Sorry to veer off topic. 6 is pretty good though, where he's older and stuff, going up against. Okay, I just get the cool concept.
Well, yeah, I get the concept of it, but I guess something about it's just not the same for me. You know, I can't get the same.
It's just the way it's shot. I think for me.
Well, to me, I mean, I love Sylvester Stallone.
Oh yeah, great.
And
actor.
you know, I like the concept of he's older and he's a dad and he's, you know, the talks with his son. You know, go out and get what you're worth. That motivational scene or whatever. You know, stuff like that. I love it, but I just can't. There's just something about it. It just rubs me the wrong way. But that's besides the point. My point is, 8 Mile 2, I can't see it really being that good. Honestly, I think 8 Mile was good for what it was worth. I don't think it was produced with a sequel in mind.
Yeah.
So for them to just go and say, hey, let's make a sequel on it, it's just not going to feel right.
I think, no, I don't want to see it. But if it's a right story, right concept, it could work. It depends on the concept, depends on how they do it and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be Eminem. If they do it, let's say they do it, Eminem will be in the film, but he's not going to be that main guy you're looking at. He will be in the Sylvester Stallone and the Creed films. He's going to be training this guy like, here, you just got caught in the strap battle, you choked and stuff. Like, played off the original story a little bit, but change it up and have train him. I think that'll work well. Rabbit train him, and I think that'll work well. You bring back Future, you bring back Cheddar Bob and all them, just for fun purposes.
And I think to me, again, I don't think it should happen. Should it? I'm definitely gonna see it.
Oh, definitely, if it should happen.
I don't think it should.
Yeah. Again, if they get the right concept, if they get good concepts, the right directors, all that type of stuff, I do potentially see it being a good film. Other than that, I just don't know if it should happen.
So, I have all of my questions, all the rest of my questions are, I think the rest of my questions are all music related except for one, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that one out of the way.
I'm curious to hear.
Is the production of comic books a lost art?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know me, you should know me. Bad Gone Bad. Let's play off Batman, obviously. My damn profile picture's a Suicide Squad head. I love the comic books. Love the movies, love the comic books. Comic books, not digital comic books. Is that what you're referring to? The production?
Just comic books as a whole.
Okay. Is comic book let me break it down real quick. Do I prefer the movies or the comic books? I prefer the comic books. Well, yes, I do love the movies. Movies, for me, if they borrow some stuff off a comic book, then yes, I think it's great. Don't get me wrong, the Dark Knight trilogy was great. It was more or less virtually original story. But if you're going in for unless, again, if it's done the right way, cool type of story that can fit it, I think I'll like it. But there's been cases like Spider-Man 3, it just doesn't work. I do prefer the comic books though. Digital to regular produced book. I prefer the regular produced book. I prefer the digital. There's something about holding a comic book or a graphic novel, and for me, I'm a nerd. The smell of it. I love the smell. I can
Yeah.
run my nose across the pages all day because it's just such a soothing smell. It's like I'm in a comic book store talking
Yeah.
comics about it with everyone. Um, is it literature? I believe so. When you think of your all-time great books, you think Gone with the Wind. You, jeez, all-time. You think the Harry Potter franchise for books, of course. You think Hunger Games. You think all those types of books in those conversations. Do you ever hear comic books? No, you really don't.
Well, because they're kind of their own category.
People, but they're still literature. It's still a book. It still has words in there. But there's illustration. So you can't tell a story through illustration. Here, I'll give a perfect example. The Killing Joke, based off the Joker, one of my all-time favorite graphic novels, all time, hands down. It's his life, how he became to be the Joker, and you have a lot of not even comic book fans, literature fans, movie directors who've not read a comic book before this. So this is some of the best work of literature I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Look at The Dark Knight Returns. Batman is in his 50s, 60s, and everything, the whole economy, whole government is down, and one man, man is not behind all of it, but he's in his way for Batman. Like, I want to fix everything, and the way it's told is beautiful. A lot of Batman stories like that. Superman has a lot of stories like that. Even going to look at X-Men. They're looked down upon, and again, culture is what comes in. They're looked down upon because they're different. It sounds similar to what's happened in the past. In terms of culture, you're going right to comic books. In terms of fun, you're going right to comic books. Is it lost art? I do think so. You see more prominent now through movies, but through hey, what comic books ever? No. You're like almost like a nerd because you read comic books. But why? But here's the thing. Why? Oh, because it's not real life? You listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Let's not go there.
To me, I think comic books, they're like any other book because they are literature.
Yeah.
Yes, the production of physical comic books is a lost art.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the case with books as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't happen anymore. I agree with you, and I think that that's with any book. You know, it has a smell and it has a vibe and it's whatever, and that's cool. But it just doesn't happen. So to answer the question, yeah, I think the production of physical comic books is a lost art, and even in the virtual production, you know, it's just as a whole. I personally prefer movies because I'm not a huge superhero kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. I mean, I can appreciate it, and of course I was into it at one point, and I do love the Dark Knight trilogies, you know, and I like some of the movies. I don't really like the Avengers movies as much.
Oh, I love the event. Well, I like the first one.
I'm not a huge Avengers guy. I'm not a huge Transformers guy.
Oh,
I'm not a
not
huge,
at all.
you know,
Not
like stuff like that.
Transformers.
Again, the Batman, more the DC stuff, because I
Yeah.
feel like it's more true to real life,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of those movies are a little edgier, you know, and they're a little closer to like PG-13 and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Avengers, I mean, yes, you do have your instances, but I feel like Avengers is geared towards kids more,
Yeah.
you know, and that type of thing, and it's just not as enjoyable for me.
I want to make a good point real quick. So sorry, guys, I just gotta check, see what my phone's at. Oh, we're good. You make a good point where DC is more realistic in a way.
I feel like DC is a little more friendly to.
Look at Superman and Man of Steel and Batman v Superman movies.
Well, I mean, it's just more true to life.
But if a man from a different planet was found on this earth, and we consider him a god, or would we consider him an alien? It'll be the same situation.
It's destroyed.
Cities
but it's just
But
in a
in a
different
way,
sense.
in a way.
Well, and they don't. Wolverine, my favorite Marvel character, hands down.
Oh yeah.
But I just, I think that DC it questions more life. Maybe it's not. Yeah, Superman isn't real, but like you said,
if there was someone like that.
Yeah, like you said, it provokes more of that real world.
Yeah.
Whereas Avengers are like, hey, let's.
No one's questioning why there's a big green dude.
Yeah.
No one's questioning why this normal dude in an American outfit.
There's no depth. That's what it is. That's what I think that's what I'm looking for. That's the overarching thing I'm looking for.
Yeah.
There's no depth to the Avengers.
The only time we questioned that was in Black Panther with Killmonger. That's the only time. I know you've not seen it. I'm like, holy shit, there's depth to an extent.
Yeah.
Again, not knocking Marvel at all. That's the way they shoot their films. But if you're, I think, a movie fan, and you're like, okay, let's see how they involve this into the real world. Because overall, it's based off the real world. Like, the Avengers movies.
Yeah, the setting is the real world, but it's not, like you said, there's no depth. Again,
I think, probably more like 80 years because it's not been a full 100 years yet. Maybe it has. I don't know.
Either way, yeah.
I think, yes, I'm more of a DC fan. It makes you it does question. Like, if you were in the, like, remember the, okay. If you,
was this real life. You look at, and again, not to get political, but just for the sake of analysis, look at Trump. You have people who are saying, like, Superman is their god, you are my president, you're doing good things, and then you have the people who are like, you're an alien, who are saying, you're not my president, you're doing almost mirrors real life in that sense too.
To an extent, I think, yes, of course, to an extent. Again, there's also that one guy. Again, when that one guy finds out, oh, there's an alien here, and you're gonna have that one guy like in Alien Superman. I'm gonna try and stop this. Stuff. You're always gonna have that one guy or a small group of people or whatever the case is, and that's where it works out well. And of course, where Doomsday comes in, I don't understand that. And
I think there's supposed to be some type of segue that just never worked out. Maybe
it wasn't even technically Doomsday. Apparently, again, Zack Snyder's vision, the guy who directed Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. He got cut off through Justice League, even though he completed the whole film. They did reshoots and everything and stuff. But his vision, there was supposed to be a lot of stuff explained in later on films, which we are most likely never going to get the chance to see. Which is upsetting, man. Justice League. Yeah, we don't talk about that. But, again, still, it gives you that, like, okay, where would I be? More of a today aspect. Instead of, oh, look, there's this big green guy. Yeah. Oh, no, big green guy. You saw him fight in New York, though.
I think it lacks depth. Marvel movies.
But I do have to give credit. Marvel movies are good. I do like the Marvel movies.
I can understand the fan base, but it's just not for me.
Okay. I'm going to go into my next question. Two rappers I can understand where I'm going to ask you. One rapper is going to be completely off topic because he's one of your favorite rappers. So I'm throwing him in there.
Okay.
Without being biased.
Okay.
The best Notorious B.I.G. song, the best Tupac song, and the one that's going to get a lot of people like scratching their heads, but he's one of your favorites, best Tyler the Creator song. I'm curious in your opinion. No biasness, not your favorite best song. I can give you mine. Straight out, no problem. I want to hear yours.
Big, Tyler, and who?
Pac.
Big, Tyler, and Pac.
Let's go to Big.
Okay, I'll start off with Pac.
Okay,
because that's the easiest one for me to do.
Okay.
Because I've just gotten into him recently.
I don't know check out how much it's recorded and stuff. Sorry about this. I don't know what you've witnessed, what you have not witnessed of the podcast to see what it got to. If it's going
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, now get to like the...
Alright, it has you walking back to the table.
Because I just...
That's what I'm...
Yeah.
I'm just...
Let's see.
Football and basketball.
Oh.
It'll be the same situation. What's the story?
Dude, my God.
Shut up.
But it's just but in the way. Well, and they don't Wolverine, my favorite Marvel character, hands down.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, it's got.
Shut up.
Someone like that. Yeah, like you said, it provokes more of that real world.
No.
Shit.
No.
Damn, dog.
Overarching thing I'm looking
Pause. Pause.
for your opinion. Go by.
I'm sorry about this.
My favorite Marvel. Beautiful, I got. What?
Sorry about this. Technical difficulty.
Just be quiet. I'm trying to hear what point it got to.
I can give you mine straight out, no problem. I want to hear yours. Big Tyler and Goof.
Okay, so it got to that question. It
Okay.
got to the three rounds.
Did we answer the question?
No.
So,
These.
Yeah, big. So we had a song. We had a. You saw.
Yeah. We.
It was. We had another question based off.
I think that was it. I think then it was.
Oh, you had your question, the rock to rap and stuff.
Yep,
Rap.
yep.
For mine, Jay-Z, I think would be the best at it. Second, I think it's Rakim.
And as he kind of almost like a beat, you know. And then I would like to see Tyler the Creator go into a. Yeah.
You were good.
Okay. I'd like to see Tyler the Creator go into rock and do kind of a psychedelic Pink Floyd,
Mm-hmm.
old
Yeah.
school rock kind of.
Question.
Yeah.
A rap collab we wanted to see. You put out Vinny and Biggie.
Okay, so I put out first. It was M and Big.
Yeah.
Or no.
M and
That
Vinny.
already happened. It was M and Vinny,
And then
and
Biggie
so
and
M and
Vinny.
Vinny Paz because the counteractive kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Vinny and Big because I think that they're so opposite but so similar. I think it's there. If they execute it right, I think it could definitely be there.
And I'm going to disagree with Biggie and Vinny.
Well, because if you look at it, you know, your argument with like a Juicy Part 2 and then Vinny's like, nah fam. I just put Fraudulent Claw, something like that. You see what I'm saying? And
But
then
Biggie's
if you
not
wanted
gonna.
to do, and then if you wanted to do the more aggressive, you know, you look at basically anything else that Vinny's done, and then Big did Dead Wrong or whatever. You know, I think they could do it.
I don't think it'll work. For me personally, I don't think it works well at all. I just don't see it, and that's just me. They're keeping shit it worked. With Vinny and Biggie though,
I can't help but think that it might. Again, if it was executed the right way,
I
it
don't.
has potential.
For me, I'm just gonna I'll respect it. For me, I don't know
All
if I
right.
want to see.
So next thing. I think it's my turn.
My rap collab I want to see.
That's right.
I know this happened. Two things. I know this one has happened. I want to see Kendrick Lamar and Tupac. The reason
That
Kendrick
would be
Lamar
cool.
got into rapping was because and Pac.
Yeah.
I want to see him and Pac.
Them.
Mm-hmm. Because the lines they would put out something magical.
Oh, they put out a banger. Yeah.
They put out something magical
Oh yeah.
that'll be talked about in the rap community all the time.
I
Again,
like
not
it.
really. I'm not really gonna get really much deep into that and stuff because we do have other questions that are gonna be in
I like it.
depth.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Just gonna, gotta get on that.
Yeah.
So my question. Okay. Getting another rock question. What is the future of rock?
Okay. Future rock. It's simple. It's going to go uphill. It's like as it is going right now.
And the future of rap. They kind of the same.
Future rock. It's going to go uphill. It's going to continue to go uphill. It's starting to go uphill right now. It started a slow decline in about 2007. And then it's rising. It rose back up because Linkin Park put out a lot more stuff, and Papa Roach put out stuff. 21 Pilots became a thing, and it went well. Panic at the Disco really burst out on the scene. I think overall it's going to continue to go uphill. You still have 21 Pilots coming back and putting out two great songs. You have Panic at the Disco, who put out an album recently that was very good. I think overall, it's a bright future for rock, and not many people can realize it. Um, I find a lot of good rock songs, especially on 21 Pilots. I love 21 Pilots. And Panic at the Disco, I love them. Shit, I don't care what you say. I fucking love them and stuff. And so they put out some very good stuff. I think it's going to go uphill. With rap, it's going to continue to go uphill too. Again, like an evolution type thing. It's going to continue to go uphill. It's going to go through phases, or not. It will go through phases. And I think rap is going to continue to go uphill as well. I think they're both.
That's just too much time.
Yeah.
Within the next 50 years, I think rock is going to hit a plateau.
Okay.
I think it has ever since, I don't know, whenever like Linkin Park, Papa Roach, that like new metal kind of those bands, those early 2000s bands, once they kind of quit making music, even though I know Linkin Park did their little whatever, but when they were mainstream and then they, you know, when they released that more techno type whatever.
So about
you know,
2009.
around 2010, I'd say
2010,
2010, 2012, something like that.
Mhm.
I think since then rock has hit a plateau, and I can't see it doing anything but just staying at a plateau. And I think rock is changing into more of a techno. It's incorporating a lot more techno type stuff, or a lot more.
Yeah, it's an evolution.
Yeah, and you know, I'm personally not a fan of it because
You're the 80s guy. You like the
yeah, I like everything between like mid 60s and late 90s. You know,
I will say though, 12 Pilots is not the one to use guitar in the songs. I don't think they really use guitar in any
they
of
don't.
the songs.
And
But Jumpsuit, their new single, has guitar in it, and it works really, really well.
I think that, I mean, yes, a lot of these bands can still be classified as rock bands, but it's just there's so much other sound incorporated in it. I think
It's more
rock.
advanced, I think.
Well, it's not even necessarily advanced. It's just like you said, it is an evolution of the genre, and like I've said,
Mhm.
it's an evolution of the genre. And I mean, of course, whether or not it's good is all opinion.
Mhm.
But I think that it's gonna just kind of hit a plateau with popularity, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be, and you know that just is what it is. I think rap, you know, that's kind of hard to say because you do have. I think it's gonna incline. I think it's just gonna keep going up because you have a lot of young guys coming into it,
Mhm.
and yes, you have your mumble rap and whatever, but I think that's a phase. I think that's just it's just a phase in the genre. It's just like, you know, the 70s was a phase, the 80s was a phase, the 90s was a phase. Mumble rap is like the 2010s phase. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think it's gonna go through it, and that just is what it is. But I think it's only gonna incline in popularity because you have younger guys like Tyler, who are gonna keep making music, and you have the older guys who are still banging like M.
Mhm.
You know, and they're just gonna keep. I think it's only gonna get more popular, and then it'll decline, and it'll hit a plateau, and then maybe in the next, you know, 100 to 200 years, it'll fall off. Kind of like how like orchestra
Yeah.
type music. You know, what kind of music do you listen to? I listen to Beethoven. No, you know,
Yeah.
people just don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's not that it's bad music, it's just that it's just not what it was. And so I think that's any genre of music. I think that's just what's going to happen. And of course, rock sooner than rap, not because it's worse, but just because it's the evolution of time. Rock came before rap. So it's going to, by virtue of that, most likely at least, it's going to decline sooner than rap is, just because rap as a whole is younger
Okay.
than rock.
Okay.
But I think that there's definitely a pattern in music that it has its incline, decline, maybe like an incline for a little while, decline, plateau, and then decline more, you know.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so I think that that's kind of the pattern with everything. That's the way I look at it. So your question?
Played up to my last question, the rap club you want to see. 2 rappers you want to see in a rap battle.
I want to see. I want to see Prime M and Prime Kendrick. Maybe he's still in his prime, but you know, that's who I want to. I want to see those two in a rap battle. I'd like to see that.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. J. Cole and Biggie.
Really?
That's one of the ones I want. Not the number one I wanted to see.
I've never heard J. Cole freestyle.
In terms of songs, very similar to Biggie. For me, it's very similar to Biggie. It's very laid back, very chill type stuff.
Yeah.
Very, in the sense of big. At least the way I interpret it. I don't know, probably going to get chewed out in the comments of, no, it's not the same. For me, at least. It's kind of similar. I want to see Big and J. Cole. I want to see Eminem Pac. You're going to see an incoming galore of Eminem. Eminem Big. Eminem Kendrick, of course. I would, again, like to see that. I want to see Eminem Rakim. I think that'd be very cool. Yes, I want to see them collab. I want to see them go one-on-one. Eminem Royce. I want to see that. Make taking this seriously. He's gonna throw out a joking verse too. Something
Maybe like
about
a Slim Shady kind of thing.
something about that. I think I like.
Like it'd be cool because I'm like, not gonna give a flying fuck, and he's just gonna like that one freestyle. He's like, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You know, and it's because he just doesn't give a shit. He's just gonna say what you know.
It's coming to his head.
Yeah, and it's, but he's not even saying it for the purposes of making it sound good. He's just like, all right, boom, there it goes, and
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is, and he's just not good at it. I mean, I think he has potential to be good at it. Any rapper does, but he just doesn't give a shit. But I think it would be interesting to see if M knew going in that the Slim Shady twist to it, just be stupid with it, because Tyler is stupid with it.
Oh yeah.
I think that'd be cool to see.
Another one I want to see go head to head. Jay-Z and Biggie, I think would be very cool because again, very similar. I would like to see that. Pac and Kendrick as well. I think that'd be
Pac and Kendrick, I'd like
one
to see.
one steal the show. I think. We are.
All right, let's see what it caught.
I think no, it's just because I got there and it said it was doing. See what it caught real quick. Again, sorry for the technical issues.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
One question left.
Yeah, one. I have three.
Oh.
What the hell? One,
Well, shit.
2, 3. Let me see your questions real quick. I'm confused. Okay.
This doesn't matter.
Anyway. Best rock album
Jesus
all time.
Christ.
This is gonna be hard for me.
It's gonna be hard for me.
Oh, I know.
Oh shit.
We have one person watching. I bet you it's Spidey.
Bet you it's me.
Yeah.
Dude, shit. Why do you have to do me like this? This is on some shit.
Okay.
No. I want
Okay, you want to go first? Because well, I have 3.
I think you're gonna say like Linkin Park or Queen or some shit.
No, 4. If you want the Queen, I have one of Queen. One of Queen. One of Queen. Here.
You go ahead and do yours, and I gotta think about this.
News of the World. Queen is up there. Purple Rain. Black Star. And I keep forgetting the name. The Bowie album with the Space Oddity. I keep forgetting the name.
Do you want me to tell you? Or do you want to guess?
Just say it, because I'm not gonna get it.
It's Spiders from Mars.
Yeah.
No. Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
And then also the Pink Floyd album. Trying to remember the name of it.
The Wall.
Yeah. It's with the triangle and stuff.
No, the Dark Side of the Moon.
Then that one. That's up there because it's iconic. That
Yeah.
album. Eagles are up there. Is it the Hotel California album? Yeah, that's up there.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because I think it's called Hotel California because the iconic cover. Yeah, that's up there. I don't know about what else, but I think if I had to pick one, either Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, News of the World, or Purple Rain.
Okay. Okay. Well, if we're just listing a top 4, then
You have one like. If I gotta pick one though, I'm picking News of the World, Queen.
Okay.
That's the greatest rock album of all time.
For me, all right, I'll just do my 4 and then try to narrow it down. Stone Temple Pilots, Core. It's their first album.
Okay.
Just because it's another one that kind of covers all the bases, you
Okay.
know. To me,
I get you.
well, let me think about that for a second. Let me think about that. No, I take that back. No, it's a great album, but no.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Purple. Their second album.
Okay. Never get again because underrated wise. Again, I'm not really listening to that. I'm gonna trust your word for it. But there's so many other you have AC/DC albums. You do have more Pearl Jam.
That's why
albums.
I'm getting to it.
Guns N' Roses. Oh, that album. Don't tell me that album, dude.
If you don't know this, I'm gonna be
86.
disappointed in you.
What is it called?
Appetite for Destruction.
Fuck.
Um,
Damn it.
you know, that's just me. To me, Pearl Jam is not a good. And it is a good representation of grunge, but they're not like lead singer is extremely talented,
Another one thrown out there.
but I just can't.
The Black Album.
The Black Album.
Metallica. It's up there. By far, it's up there. Take biasness out.
No, I am.
You take
I just
all
don't. I
biasness
just
out.
can't do that. I can't do that.
It's top 10. It's a top 10 rock album of all time. To consider it the greatest is a little far stretch, but it's probably the lower half. Because you consider
Either way. I'm just gotta think about it. So, Purple's up there. To the World is up there. And another one, I'd probably have to put Jesus, this is hard for me.
Yeah. People are watching about the technical difficulties. Can I see my guy? What are we doing with the? What the hell?
Okay.
What in the hell?
Why is it like?
I don't know. I don't know. My God, my phone fucking is like black screen.
That's
Oh shit! I'm at my home screen. Fuck. Okay, watch. We have 1 thumbs up and stuff. Whatever. We're going to end this one here. The next question we're doing is the greatest rock album of all time. Get back to that. We're just having technical difficulties with this particular episode. But we're gonna hop back on in just a minute. So be sure to watch episode 3. Anyways, see you in episode 3. Can I exit out? I want to stop streaming.